and welcome back to Gav Goes In. Big up to Chrisamok, big up, man, big up. Listen, guys, guys, I don't know whether to laugh or to cry, man. I have to be honest. You know what? The only positive that I can see from today is the fact that Arsenal drew the game, and you know, that is the only positive from today. Big up to Fitz, man. Big up my guy each and every time. Guys, listen. Manchester United, yeah, under this manager, I'm just gonna call it what it is right now, yeah. For me, get this manager at the club, get him out, and every time, every game until this manager's gone, I'm gonna be Ruben Amorim out. You know what? You know the funny thing is, yeah. I've heard some fans saying at least we got a point from today's game, and this is what I'm trying to say to you, yeah. Big up to Barbara Joseph, big up for coming on. This is what I'm trying to say, guys, yeah. The standards at this club are at an all-time low, I've come on here week after week, and you know what? I'm trying to not talk about the manager because it's quite obvious that Ineos have no intention at this moment in time of getting rid of this manager. But at what point do we now say, like, enough is enough? To think that this manager has the lowest win percentage of any Manchester United manager there's been, to think that I'm going to keep going on to the same points because I just cannot understand, yeah, how this manager keeps getting away with it. Individual quality is saving this manager. You think of last season, and last season has not escaped my mind, yeah? And you think of the fact that United have finished 15th, lost the Europa League final to today's opponents, and the negative records that this manager has broken. But yet, we're still getting fans believing in Ruben Amorim, yeah? Big up to Daniela as well. Guys, listen, I'm well and truly fed up, as I said, because I've always said to you guys, I can't be bothered to come on there and keep talking about this manager because Ineos, for me, have failed in that respect. There was no way this manager should have got as long as he did. And the fact that he's managed to survive this long and still be in charge is part of the problem. Now, today's game, guys, let's talk about today's game. The lineup, I done my match preview. I did say Harry Maguire would come in. And I did say that, Lenny Yoro would be on the bench. I expected that because this manager, when he needs to, scrape a result, he's going to revert back to type. This is what he does, yeah? Now, the fact that Mason Mount didn't start, again, I was a bit surprised because, Mason Mount is a favourite of Ruben Amorim. But to think that, the lineup that he played, again, Joshua Zirkzee, for me, him and Kobe Minu needs to be having serious words with this manager. It's quite obvious as well that this manager has a personal problem with both of them. I cannot understand, yeah? And again, tell me if I'm wrong, yeah? I cannot understand for the life of me why you've got two players there that, in terms of ability, are two of Manchester United's best players. I cannot understand why in the last two games, both of those players have got 0 minutes. Like, you can't tell me there is a personal problem there. You can't tell me that because I'm just not going to hear anything else. He has a personal problem with Kobe Minu and Joshua Zirkzee. If I'm Kobe and Joshua Zirkzee, I'm talking to my agents now and I'm engineering a move out of this club if Ineos do not act on this manager. It has to be done because it's an absolute joke what has gone on today. Fans are going to be thinking we got a point in the end. We're happy that Matthijs De Ligt has saved the day. And guys, let's not forget, yeah, Matthijs De Ligt, yeah, he's the real captain. Him and Casemiro are the captains at Manchester United, not Bruno Fernandes. Yeah, Casemiro and De Ligt. What a performance again from Matthijs De Ligt. I told you guys that De Ligt is the best defender in the world right now. Yeah, and you see that today. The guy is an absolute warrior at the back there. Yeah, and if there's a better defender in the world, I don't want to hear Gabriel. Gabriel's been very good, but he ain't better than Matthijs De Ligt, man. Matthijs De Ligt is a top player. top defender, man. And again, he has saved Ruben Amorim yet again. Yet again. Guys, keep your questions and comments coming through. I will definitely get back to your comments afterwards. Make sure you're smashing the like button and make sure you're subbing to the channel because I ain't gonna hold back today. Yeah, because I am well and truly fed up of this manager. You know? So let's start with the game today, yeah? So again, you know, Ahmad, Ahmad's a top player, guys. You know, am I surprised that Ahmad created the goal for Brian Mbeumo? And again, Brian Mbeumo, you know, he's showing that he's a reliable goal scorer for Man United at the moment. And again, that first half was a boring first half. I would actually say that Tottenham actually edged the first half, but Man United's quality in the end, in that first half, is what told. You know, great play from Ahmad with the ball in to just dink it over. Was it Brennan Johnson, and then a great header from Brian Mbeumo. To think that he started Mbeumo on the left hand side as well, and then played Ahmad as a right 10, and then Cunha through the middle. Again, this manager is not learning, and this is one of the biggest problems with this manager. Yeah, you do not need to be an expert to know that this manager doesn't know what he's doing. Because tell me why, yeah? Tell me why he had to play, even though I want to see Ahmad play as a 10, yeah? But tell me why he's playing Cunha through the middle and he's playing Mbeumo on the left. Just tell me why he's doing that. Because he wants to stick to this absolute nonsense of a formation and just play players out of position, you know? And to think that Cunha, yet again, are we surprised Cunha was poor today? Cunha's not on 9. He's not on 9. We know he's not on 9, yeah? So the fact this manager is incapable, yeah, of playing players in their right positions is why he needs to go for me. And again, I don't want to come on there and keep talking about this manager because this manager's doing my head in, yeah? He just needs to just pack his bags and just bounce because what I saw today was nothing short of a disgrace. And again, we haven't even got into it. Let's take the positives out of it. Matthijs De Ligt, great performance. Lamens in goal. To be fair, there was one save that I thought was a good save, which was the João Palhinha shot, which he saw late. And it was a good reaction. The one that he saved from Christian Romero, you know, that was right at him. So you'd expect a goalkeeper to make that kind of save. So again, Lamens was a bit shaky. But in the end, you'd probably say, you know, both of the goals, I mean, could he have done better? The Matthijs Tell one was a deflection. He can't do much from that. And then the one that was scored by Richarlison, to be fair, it was very good improvisation. So you can't really do too much on that front as a goalkeeper. So I'd say Lamens was decent. De Ligt, as we know, is a top defender. Ahmad, you know, guys, Ahmad's our best player, guys. Like, I don't know how many times I have to keep saying this, yeah? We've got our best player, yeah, that this manager decides to play at fucking right wing back. Like, tell me that this manager doesn't know what he's doing or he's just self-sabotaging the team. Why are you going to play your best player at wing back? I've never heard it. And I never will understand it either. Yeah? So, Ahmad was a positive today. But he always is. As I said, De Ligt, Lamens, Casemiro was very good. And we're going to get into Casemiro in a minute, yeah? Because a lot of these dumb fans seem to think that Casemiro is the problem. And you clearly see that he's not, yeah? So Casemiro was good. And Mbeumo got the goal. But apart from that, Mbeumo wasn't great. You know, he was in and out of the game. But I can't blame him. When this manager decided to play him as a left 10, you know, not only is he not playing him in his natural position as a wide forward, you know, he's playing him as a right 10, and today decided to play him as a left 10. Like, you can't tell me that this manager doesn't know what he's doing, or he just thinks he's clever than everyone else. Like, that can be the only answer that I'm coming to. This manager thinks he's clever than everyone else. Because why he decides to do this nonsense makes no sense, yeah? So again, 1-0 up United. Great bit of play from Ahmad. Great header from Mbeumo. But let's not get away from the fact Papa Sarr, what the hell is Papa Sarr doing there? You know, when I see that, I actually couldn't believe Sarr actually tried to play the ball to Van der Ven in the area like that. Like, you know what it is? Sometimes you just got to clear your lines, you know? Just clear your lines and keep it moving. The fact that he tried to play it to Van der Ven, even Van der Ven was shocked that the ball come to him. And then from there, calamity. And then obviously United retrieved the ball. And then the great ball into the box from Ahmad for Mbeumo's goal. Then second half, you know, I think first half, you're not really going to make any changes in the first half because you're 1-0 up. But it's about containing the game, you know. Tottenham going forwards were poor. They're a poor team. Their best attacker today was Xavi Simons. And that was only because Xavi Simons looked lively. He looked like he could do something. But that's not really saying too much. You know, when I see Kudus wasn't playing, I said they're going to struggle. Because Kudus is their best attacker when you've got the likes of Kulusevski, Maddison out injured. So that front line of Brennan Johnson, who is shocking, by the way. Brennan Johnson, what a poor player. And then Richarlison from the left. I think it's safe to say as well, Richarlison's no longer a left winger. You know what I mean? Richarlison's a striker. Kolo Muani couldn't get into the game and then come off at half time. And then they made the changes. Yeah. Second off, you know, this is unforgivable. It's unforgivable why this manager... Again, Harry Maguire gets injured, yeah? And you're thinking, fair enough, hamstring injury, let's make a change, yeah? It's unforgivable for this manager to bring Dalot on for Patrick Dorgu, yeah? Patrick Dorgu was probably one of Man United's most effective players because Dorgu was an outlet on that left-hand side, yeah? But this manager and his love for Dalot, yeah? He decides to bring Dalot on for what reason? What reason was there possibly to bring Dalot on? You know, the funny thing is, yeah, that right-hand side from Tottenham wasn't really a threat. So why is he bringing Dalot on? I need to understand this. Is he bringing Dalot on because he thinks Dalot's going to get a goal? Does he think Dalot's going to contribute to an assist? I need to understand why he brought Dalot on for Dorgu because Kudus wasn't playing. And even that, I'll trust Dorgu to help Luke Shaw up against Kudus. So I need to understand why this manager thinks bringing Dalot on is a good idea. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Yeah? This I'm trying to tell you. This guy is sabotaging the team because he thinks he knows better than everyone else. Dalot was that poor last week. And what's Dalot's consequence? Nothing. He gets rewarded by coming off the bench ahead of players that we're being told are training well but can't get into the team for this crap. Yeah? So again, the Dalot substitution made no sense other than, you know, this manager is in love with Diogo Dalot. Ridiculous. Yeah? Mazraoui has just come back off injury, hasn't played too many games. I don't think he's played a 90-minute game yet. So you'd understand making that change. Yeah? What I can't forgive what this manager has done, yeah? Your best player and your best attacker, for me, in Amad Diallo, was creating problems for Tottenham. Why you would take off Mazraoui to go and put Amad at wing back, yeah? It just tells me all I need to know about this manager. There's some things you do and there's some things you don't do. If you want to stick to a philosophy of how you see how he sees the game, etc., that is up to him, yeah? But what you don't do is take out your best player in the attack and put him at wing back because you believe in this shit philosophy. It makes no sense. And again, someone tell me if I'm wrong because I would like to know if you think I'm wrong on what I'm saying. Why he moved Amad back to wing back makes absolutely no sense. Yeah? Criminal what he done. Yeah? Again, Casemiro. And we're going to get into Bruno Fernandes, yeah? Because this guy is an absolute joke. This guy's an absolute joke, yeah? Casemiro, we're hearing he's got no legs. You know, he's past his best. Jamie Carragher saying, you know, he needs to leave football before football leaves him. All these nonsense comments, yeah? Because this manager is making Casemiro play that way because of how he sets the team up. You know, you saw today the importance of Casemiro in this Manchester United team. The importance of Casemiro. You know, it's quite simple, yeah? If you don't leave too many gaps in midfield between attack and defence, between midfield and defence and between the midfield and attack, you will get a better Casemiro. If you set up in a low block, you will get a better Casemiro. Casemiro has never played man-for-man pressing in a 2. He's never played it. So again, this manager is sabotaging this team for his own philosophy. Makes no sense. To think that he bought Casemiro off, why? We're playing 1 game a week, yeah, and 60 minutes, you want to take Casemiro off. Why? You mean to tell me Casemiro cannot play, what, 80 minutes, 85 minutes? Is that what you're telling me? Casemiro can't play 80 to 85 minutes? And then, you know why this manager's dumb as well, yeah? I'll tell you why he's dumb. Man United are winning the game, yeah? They're winning the game. So in that situation, if you're going to take off Casemiro, what do you need to do? Keep the ball. You need to keep the ball, yeah? Again, Kobbie Mainoo, yeah? I don't like Kobbie Mainoo in a 2 in this system. But what does Kobbie do? He keeps the ball. Kobbie can keep the ball, yeah? What does this manager go and do? He brings on Manuel Ugarte. What do we know about Ugarte? He's a ball winner. He isn't someone that you can rely on to keep the ball, which is what Man United needed in that situation. The fact that he brought Ugarte on, he's given up the game. He gave the game away because Ugarte's shit. I don't care what anyone wants to say about Ugarte. He is shit. The fact that he took off Casemiro to bring Ugarte on just shows me that this guy doesn't react to what's happening in front of him. He doesn't. He just makes like-for-like changes. And you know why he brought Ugarte on? Because Ugarte runs around. This is what the manager does. He likes players that just run around. The fact that he brought Ugarte on and didn't bring Kobbie Mainoo on to keep the ball, which is why we're inviting pressure. Yeah? So again, Kobbie doesn't come off the pitch because the way this manager sees the game. And then what he does, yeah, he compounds it by bringing on Mason Mount for Matthijs Cunha. If I'm Matthijs Cunha, yeah, I am questioning what the hell is going on at this club. What the hell is going on? Cunha wasn't great, but I don't blame Cunha. I blame this manager because why this manager is playing him in the 9 makes no sense. He's got number 10 on his back. He's clearly a number 10. Why is he playing Cunha as a 9? Why? Just play your best players in their positions and keep it moving. Yeah? And again, Mason Mount done a good bit of skill to play Sesko through. Yeah? Where Sesko actually got the injury from. Mason Mount actually done a good bit of skill there, yeah? But I don't care, yeah? Why the hell is Mason Mount coming on? Because when you're bringing on players like Mason Mount, you're bringing on Ugarte, you are telling the opposition that you're trying to hold on to a lead. This is what he's doing. You're inviting pressure. You're inviting pressure. And then to think that, you know, Tottenham got the equaliser, yeah, through Matthijs De Ligt. The thing is, Matthijs De Ligt hasn't been great, yeah, but Matthijs De Ligt has got something about him. You don't go and play for Bayern Munich, yeah, if you haven't got something about you. You know, maybe he's a bit low on confidence, who knows. But to be fair, the touch and the swivel, obviously the shot come off De Ligt for the deflection, but Matthijs De Ligt's definitely got something, yeah. But that goal was coming. I watched that game, and when I see him bringing on Ugarte, I see him bringing on Dalot, I see him bringing on Mason Mount, I said, Tottenham, get back into this game. Because the tide was turning. Tottenham were pressing. They were pressing Man United. They were trying to get the ball forward. The thing with Tottenham, they're actually poor going forward. Without Kulusevski, without Maddison, they've got absolutely nothing in creativity. You know? But I could see that they were going to score. I can just see it. Because when you're bringing on defensive players, you are going to invite pressure. It's just natural what happens. Yeah? So the game goes 1-1, yeah? Obviously, Sesko gets the injury, you know? And you know what it is now, yeah? Hopefully, Sesko isn't out for too long, yeah? But that served Amorim right, yeah? Because Amorim just makes subs for the sake of it. He makes subs for the sake of it. Please, I need someone to tell me right now, yeah? Why did Diogo Dalot need to come on? I need someone to explain that to me. Why did Dalot have to come on? Because Dorgu for me wasn't tired. So why is Dalot coming on? And we know why Dallow's coming on. Because he's a favourite of this manager. This manager's an absolute disgrace. And again, I said I'm not going to talk about this manager because I'm bored of saying it, yeah? But until this manager goes, yeah, I am not backing this manager. He's one of the worst managers, I think the worst manager that I have seen at Manchester United. These games United are winning are not because of Ruben Amorim. They are because it's individual ability. That is all it is. Ahmad's goal last week against Nottingham Forest, if that's not Ahmad on the pitch, United lose that game. If that's not Ahmad clipping the ball into Mbeumo and then De Ligt scoring a last-minute equaliser, that's 6 points dropped. You can't tell me that this manager is helping this team. This manager is the right person for this club. Nowhere near it. Nowhere near it. This manager's an absolute disgrace. And I'm sick and tired of seeing this manager in the dugout. In the dugout, scratching his head, scratching his chin, on his knees. The guy's an absolute joke, man. The guy's an absolute joke, man. And he's been bailed out yet again. Yet again, he's bailed out. And when Sesko got injured, United are playing with 10 men. Again, there's fans out there that are going to tell you, it's a great point. We hung in there. Man United should never have been in that position in the first place if this manager made the correct subs. Tottenham weren't really doing anything going forwards. They weren't. They're a poor team, Tottenham, at the back, going forwards. You know, in defence, Mickey van der Ven he's a top player, man. I would love to have Van der Ven at Man United. He's a top defender. You know, I like Jed Spence. You know, he's solid at the back as well. You know, Romero's a hothead, but he was decent. You know, Papa Sarr, apart from the calamity that he tried giving Van der Ven the ball for the goal that United scored, the first one, had a decent game. Going forwards, I say Xavi Simons was decent. Going forwards, they're a poor team, you know, but they find themselves I think they're in second place, third place, and they haven't really got going, Tottenham, in my opinion. So that game was there for United to win, you know, but you're going to get fans making excuses for this manager. I want to know what excuses they are, because for me, there is no excuse for this manager. This manager is an absolute disgrace and he needs to be sacked. But again, he's not going to be sacked because Ineos have shown us that they're not serious. They're not serious, yeah? And then, as I said, the goal to make it 2-1 for Tottenham, you know, as I said, good bit of improvisation from Richarlison. You know, Lamens had no chance, really, to do anything, you know. Good improvisation. 2-1. When I see Tottenham go 2-1 up, yeah, I was just there thinking, I knew this was going to happen. You know, I said on my match preview, 2-1 Tottenham. Obviously, it ended up 2-2. But I could see that Tottenham weren't going to lose this game. And not because Tottenham are good, it's because United are shit under this manager in this setup. You know? And then, as I said, man, De Ligt saving the day. Lamens coming up for the corner, which was crazy. I mean, you know, you would have thought that was a Champions League final. The keeper coming up to try and save the day. Like, it's madness, yeah? But, guys, I want to talk about Bruno Fernandes, yeah? Because I've come on here and I've spoken about Bruno Fernandes so many times, yeah? It's coming to a point now where I don't speak about Bruno as much no more, because the very fact that Bruno Fernandes is still at this club, Man United as a club have failed. They've failed, you know? They would have you believe, yeah, that Bruno Fernandes is the best ever player they've had. These fans and the club would have you believe he's the best player United have had, Bruno Fernandes. To still see Bruno Fernandes at Manchester United is criminal when you actually think about it, yeah? He was so poor today, yeah, so poor. The manager has no standards, yeah? This manager has no standards, because if you're Kobe Manu on the bench or Joshua Zirkzee, yeah, and you've got a player that performs the way that Bruno did today, and he plays 90 minutes, why are you going to ever think you're going to get game time? Yeah? And this is the problem with Bruno Fernandes. You're going to get fans now saying he set up De Ligt for the goal. This is what happens. And then we keep failing as a fan base because fans are now going to say that's why you keep Bruno on, because he can provide this corner for De Ligt for the goal. And that is what you call lowering the standards, because Bruno takes every set piece, yeah? Are we surprised if Bruno gets an assist? He plays every minute of every game. He's on every set piece. He's bound to get something in the game because this manager is choosing to revolve his team all around Bruno Fernandes. So again, there's no standards in this team because this manager has shown that there is no standards by keeping a player like that on for the full 90 minutes. You know? And again, for Man United to get a point at the end, am I happy? Hell no. Hell no, I'm not happy. You guys can see anyway that I'm not happy because that was a game United should have won. And again, I did say, guys, yeah, do not be surprised. In these next 8 games, I said 15 points. Yeah? I had people on my channel telling me 10 points is enough. There's actually people that think 10 points in the next 8 games is acceptable for Manchester United with the squad that we have. It's the lowering the standards, guys. The standards are an all-time low. I never thought I would see Manchester United just getting by with this manager and just lowering standards. How can you think 10 points from 8 games is acceptable? I'm still here thinking people are just joking with me. But the majority think that it's acceptable to have 10 points in 8 games. I don't understand it, and it's crazy. It's craziness. It's crazy. But this is what happens now. You know, I've not even looked at the league table. I think United come into this game in 6. I'm pretty sure they've dropped a few places now. I don't even know. But as I said, yeah, this club's an absolute joke. And if you're Joshua Zirkzee, Kobbie Mainoo, and I'm hoping this is happening, yeah, international break now, they need to be going into Ineos's office and ask what the hell was going on. I just don't understand, yeah, how those 2 players have had 0 minutes in the last 2 games. You can't tell me, yeah, you can't tell me that this manager doesn't have a personal problem with those 2 players. You can't tell me that. Because it's very clear now that there's an issue there. I'd argue with anyone to tell me that there's an issue between Zirkzee, Mainoo and the manager. Because for them 2 players to get 0 minutes and United have played that poorly in both games, something's up. 100%. So, yeah. Guys, big up yourselves. I'm going to go through some of your comments and your questions. Make sure you're smashing the like button. We've got 26 of you in at the moment and 9 likes. If you're enjoying the content, smash the like button, sub to the channel, and share the content. Guys, by you smashing that like button, there's 36 of you in at the moment. By you smashing that like button, it helps the channel to reach more people. So again, if you're enjoying the content, just one smash of the button, help the like and help the channel to grow, guys. Big up yourselves. Let's go through some of the chats. So considering we have a week between games uninterrupted, why did we use all 5 subs today? This manager and his subs again, man. I'll tell you why he used his subs today, yeah, all 5 of them. Because he's an absolute clown, that's why, yeah. He is like, yeah, a kid in a sweet shop. He's like a kid in a sweet shop, yeah, that's been given everything. And he just wants to just blow it all at once. Why he made 5 subs all at that time, it makes no sense. No sense. Why did he bring Dalot on? I need to understand why Dalot come on the pitch. Because unless Dorgu was injured, why the hell is Dalot coming on? To do what? To do what? Has Dalot got a goal scoring record? You know? Is he great defensively? Like, I need to understand why he done that sub. And that sub, you know, it bit him in the arse in the end. Because Sesko got injured and now you run out of subs. Absolute clown. Why he did that, I will never know. I will never know. Big up, Gav. Hope you're well. It's been a minute, but I'm back now. Yeah, big up, man. Big up to Mike. Big up. Appreciate it. This manager is criminal. Since he arrived here, he's disrespecting Kobbie and Zirkzee. Yeah, listen, we've spoken about it, man, already. There's obviously something personal going on there. And as I said, If Kobe and Xerxes have got anything about them, yeah, just for their own careers, they need to go and force Ineos's hand. Because if I'm in their shoes, yeah, I'm going into Ineos's office and I'm saying, look, I know you said you want to block me from going in January, but you have to either choose. It's either me or the manager. Simple. Simple as that. They need to be going into the office and forcing Ineos's hand to either let them leave or make a decision on this manager. Because for them to get 0 minutes in 2 games, you can't tell me that there's not a personal problem there. Because it's quite clear there is. So if I'm Kobe and Xerxes, because them 2 guys there, yeah, they should not be on the bench. When I'm watching Bruno Fernandes put in that type of performance, and again, Bruno reverts to type. What does he start doing? Misplacing the pass, getting caught in possession. He blames other people. That's not a captain. If your captain consistently keeps blaming others, he ain't a captain. But him and Ruben Amorim together as a duo are poisonous to this club. People don't want to see it, yeah? They want to ignore these things. Him and Amorim are problematic for this club because you've got the manager and the captain and they're just running amok on this club. When Bruno starts blaming other players, when he messes up, it lets you know that he's got too much power at this club. Disgrace. Gabriel was to blame for Sunderland equaliser. De Ligt saved the point. Listen, this Saturday today just got better because Sunderland, well done Sunderland. Well done Sunderland, man. Because, you know, I've been hearing all week, Arsenal this, Arsenal that, quadruple this, quadruple that. Gabriel's the best defender in the world. You know, all this nonsense. And Sunderland just showed that this team are beatable. You know, last minute equaliser, fair enough, whatever. But I'm saying this now, it makes that Man City-Liverpool game massive tomorrow. Because they can close the gap to, what, 4 points in Man City's case or 5 in Liverpool's case. And they still got to play both of them. So what I'm saying to you, yeah, there is a long way to go. Long way to go. I've watched Arsenal this season and Arsenal got vulnerabilities in their team. You know, defensively, they're very good. But when you're getting the majority of your goals from set pieces, and again, I haven't seen the goals from Arsenal today, but it's not sustainable for them to just keep nicking results. And today they got a draw away from home at Sunderland. Again, Sunderland are decent. They've been decent this season, but this league has got a long way to go, man. I've been saying it to people for time. Been saying it. There you go. We signed Cunha because of what he could do as a number 10. But yet this manager thinks it's a good idea to play him at 9. And he's only playing him at 9, yeah? And I kept saying this, yeah? If Mason Mount plays, if he starts the game Mason Mount, Cunha plays as a 9. Yeah? To think, I mean, did I see Ahmad, Mbeumo and Cunha, who, let's get it right, yeah? Those 3 are 3 of our best players. And I want to see all 3 of them play. The problem that we're having, yeah, is the philosophy of this manager. Because this manager is hell-bent on playing this shit system of the 3-4-2-1, we have to see players play out of position. Yeah? Ahmad has to start every week. I think everyone can agree Ahmad has to start every week. Yeah? We can all agree as well that Cunha and Mbeumo have to start every week as well. Cunha is a maverick, Mbeumo's a goal threat. Those 3 have to start every week for me, yeah? But did I see Mbeumo playing left wing today, left 10, and see Cunha through the 9? No. My match reaction wasn't that. Like, as I'm trying to tell you, this manager is so hell-bent on this formation. You're just playing players out of position. And then when players are having a poor game, they're coming off the pitch and we're asking questions why. Criminal. This manager is criminal. I'm telling you. Absolutely criminal, man. Yeah, Sesko got injured today. He did. I'm not sure how long he's out for, but it was when he went through. Mickey van der Ven, man. I said this yesterday, yeah? I think it's yesterday. You see Holland? If they get that defense right of Van Dijk, De Ligt, and Van der Ven in the World Cup, they're going to take some beating. I'm telling you. With Verbruggen in goal. And they've got Gertruda as well from Sunderland, Timber, Matson. if they get their balance of their defense right, they're gonna be difficult to beat. Yeah. Tottenham. Madness. Absolute madness. Yeah, listen, Sunderland not winning no league, man. They're not. They're not winning the league. But you know what it is? It's making good for the Premiership, man. That they're actually, because I said all the teams that got promoted, I said will go straight back down. I think from what we've seen of Sunderland this season and the signings they've made, that's not going to happen. So you know, you got to give credit to their manager, man, Regis Lebris, and to the players because they're defying all odds, man. You know. What's your take on Haaland and the Vinny rumor? What's the rumor? I think someone touched it the other day. Is it Madrid want to swap Haaland and Vinicius Junior or something like that? Vinicius Junior and Haaland. That ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's a fantasy. Haaland's on a death row contract at Man City, and City are not gonna let him go. So it's pointless. Vinicius Junior will cost a lot of money as well. And I did say this, guys. I did say, watch Vinicius Junior. Yeah, he's gonna be angling for a move because it's quite clear that Mbappe has come in and has more or less made Vinicius Junior surplus to requirements. And I said that was going to happen because Vinicius Junior, you could say in the attack, like to think this year, to think that last season, or sorry, not last season, season before Mbappe came, the attack was Vinicius Junior, Benzema, and Rodrigo. Yeah, to think now there's no Benzema, Rodrigo don't get a regular start, and Vinicius Junior is secondary now to Mbappe. I mean, who would have saw that? And it's what I'm trying to tell you. I predicted that because you can't have Mbappe and Vinicius Junior in the same team. Something's got to give because both of them players in their own right want to be the superstar at Real Madrid. And Mbappe's got a bigger profile and he gets more goals. So he's always going to be seen as the go-to guy. And now Vinicius Junior's become more or less irrelevant. And I predicted that at the start. You know, it's football, man. This is what happens. But I haven't seen the rumour anyway. So Mainu is injured and wasn't in the squad. Was he? Is that correct? Was Mainu injured? I could have sworn Mainu was on the. If Mainu's injured, then fair enough. But I think we can all say that Mainu wasn't going to come on anyway. So if he wasn't in the squad, then again I'll hold my hands up and say fair enough. But just based on what this manager's been doing, who's to say that Mainu would have come on in the first place? You know. Yeah, big up, man. Big up for coming through. Guys, come on, let's make sure we smash the like button and sub to the channel. There's 35 of you watching, 12 likes. Smash the like button, sub to the channel. Big up. Let's see. Why the fuck is Xerxes not playing? Justice for Joss. Again, ready touched on it, guys. Xerxes not playing because this manager doesn't appreciate ball players. You can see that in the players he brought on. Have a look at who he brought on, yeah? Dallo, Ugarte, Kobe Mainu. What do all three of them have in common? They're all runners. There's your answer. He doesn't appreciate ball players. And I'm sick and tired of seeing Manchester United managers not appreciate the ball players. It's the same under this manager. It was the same under Ten Hag. Yeah, the same under Mourinho. Louis van Gaal, and to an extent, actually, I'm not even going to say Solskjaer, really, because he shouldn't have been there in the first place, yeah? But Louis van Gaal is the only manager that appreciates football players. And as long as you keep appreciating runners over football players, you're going to struggle or not play good football. It's as simple as that. These things are not even hard to work out. But this manager is sabotaging this team. Sabotaging this team. Man United are playing one game a week, and I can't even tell you one convincing result. I beg anyone to tell me a convincing result because there hasn't been one. Crazy, man. So Dallo came on because Dorgu picked up an injury. Is that true? I didn't see Dorgu injured. But in that case, yeah, even if Dorgu got injured, Why bring Dalot on? Why? You mean to tell me there's not players on the bench that could come on and do a different job? You know, change things up. Why not? If you're going to bring on Mason Mount, why not bring Mason Mount as a wing back and change something up? What is Dalot going to do different to what he hasn't been doing already? Dalot has clearly shown that he's not up to the job right now. So why bring him on? I need to understand why Dalot come on. I need to understand it. I need to understand what role did he have to come on? You know, and again, I think Dallow's a decent defender in a four at the back. As a wing back, he's shit. We all know this. We've seen that he's been shit for time as a wing back. But this manager consistently keeps playing him there. Why? Because he wants to put him in the team. Joke, man. Hey, yo, do you think Raya is underrated? I don't think Raya is underrated. I just think he's just a good keeper. That's it. Like, if you're trying to say he's world class or anything like that, then let's move on. But he's just a good goalkeeper. Like, Arsenal, for me, they don't have any world class players. If you're going to say they have a world class player, the only player that you could possibly say at this moment in time that is on the fringe of world class, you're probably looking at Gabriel or Saliba. That's it. That is it. Other than that, they got no world-class players. They haven't. Gav, the club begged Bruno to stay. He was generally going to leave, but we begged him to stay. And this is why, yeah, this club is finished for the foreseeable. Because I just do not understand, yeah. And again, it's nothing that I haven't said already. It's nothing that probably a few other YouTubers have said already as well, yeah. I just do not understand how you've got a guy that is, what is he, 31, 32? There was a bid on the table of 80 mil, 80 plus mil, and the club thought it was a good idea to turn that down or leave it in Bruno and Amorim's hand. I mean, I've never heard such nonsense in my life. How can you leave it in Bruno and the manager's hand? Where's the forward planning on this? Where is the forward planning? Like, the whole thing makes no sense. And again, not too much coverage is being done on this. To think that Manchester United left the decision in Bruno and Amorim's hand, whether Bruno wants to go. They should have forced him out the club and said, look, Bruno, you've been a decent servant since you've been there, but off you go. Thanks for the memories, or whatever they're going to say to him. To think that this club kept him and you're shoehorning him into this midfield, you can't tell me that this is nothing short of an embarrassment. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me that. Why would you keep Bruno Fernandes and keep this man and this manager? Why? Had enough, man. Seriously. Gav, he was the manager of the month. Yeah, well, yeah, that's part of the problem. That's part of the problem. That is part of the problem. Ruben Amorim got manager of the month for what? For what? Let's put context into it, as I said yesterday. Yeah? The Liverpool game, they got lucky there. Yeah? The Brighton game wasn't convincing, and you can say they got lucky. You know, Luke Shaw another day should have been sent off. You know, Patrick Dorgu was Luke Shaw was the foul on Rutter, which led up to the goal. Dorgu on another day would have got sent off. That's 2 games there. Was the other game Sunderland? I didn't see the game, so 2-0. So again, if you're applying context to those performances, yeah, he's been very lucky. For me, manager of the month should go to someone like I'll give an example, yeah. Let's say Wolves had 3 tough games that they weren't expected to win, and they managed to avoid defeat. That is more impressive for me than Amorim's scammering results, because that's what he did. Because you can see after those games, Nottingham Forest and Tottenham, we picked up 2 points. 2 points in those last 2 games. And if we're being honest, as Manchester United fans, you know, it should have been 0 points from both games. I would argue that with anyone. I would argue that with anyone. I'd argue that with anyone, man. It's crazy. Yeah, listen. What I'm hearing that is Bruno's family didn't want him to go and all this other rubbish. Yeah, listen. I'm just tired of this nonsense. I'm tired. I'm tired. I've been watching Man United for so many years, yeah, and I've never been so fed up of a club like in how the club's run. Like it was terrible under Ten Hag, yeah. Under Mourinho, it was an absolute joke, and I thought, you know what, that's the worst it can get under Mourinho. To think that since Mourinho, we've had Solskjaer, we've had Ten Hag, and now Amorim. I'm here to say right now it's worse. This is the worst because you've got a manager who is stubborn, you know, is not learning from mistakes, and the standards are at an all-time low, and he's been given patience for what? How can Mourinho win trophies? Who again, Mourinho for me was a disgrace in the end, but he won trophies. Van Gaal won trophies. How can they win trophies? Yeah, even Ten Hag, as shit as he is, won trophies. How can they win trophies? But yet we have to deal with this manager who has already shown that he isn't up to the job. He's not. Like, these players are bailing him out. I don't care what anyone says. These players are getting him out of trouble. You know, we had fans try and tell us, try and tell me, sorry, that Garnacho was going to go to Real Madrid. This is the kind of crap you're hearing. Garnacho. So when we're seeing Mbeumo, why are we surprised? Mbeumo's miles better than Garnacho. There was actual fans that had the cheek to say that Garnacho is going to be at Real Madrid. Rasmus Højlund is going to be one of the best strikers in the world. This is the kind of crap you have to listen to. I can't believe the standards are that low at this club now, yeah? So why are we surprised that when Mbeumo and Cunha come here, that they're going to do well? It's obvious. They got much more quality. And this quality is bailing this manager out. Could you imagine, yeah? Could you imagine if Garnacho and Højlund were still in this front line, where we would be? I tell you this for free, yeah? We would be in the bottom three if we had Garnacho and Højlund instead of Cunha and Mbeumo. I guarantee you'll be bottom three. So people can't tell me, yeah, it's the players, it's the manager. The manager's the problem. These players are saving his skin. Yet again, saving his skin. It was Ahmad last week, De Ligt this week. Who's it going to be after an international break? So I tell you this now, those games after the international break are not easy games. But who's going to save him? It's individual ability, man. I don't care what anyone says. It's individual quality that is saving this manager. This manager is getting away with it. Getting away with it. Crazy, man. Sesko's not good enough. Listen, I've said this plenty of times, yeah. I didn't want Sesko, you know. I think those of you that have been watching the channel for any amount of time or from the start of the summer, you know, the strikers I wanted United to go and get was either Mateta, Ivan Toney, or Johan Visser. Three guys that are Premier League proven, you know. Three guys that you would possibly say are at a good age as well. Experienced in the league. They would have been a better bet to go and get. But the fact that Sesko came in and Højlund went out, I'm happy with. And Sesko so far, from what I've seen, in terms of his touch, his movement, has been decent. You know? But what makes me laugh is that you had a fan base, this Manchester United fan base, that was saying, we need to go and get a 30-goal-a-season striker. Which is why they were saying, let's go and get Gyökeres. Even though Gyökeres is shit. Yeah? All of a sudden, they were satisfied that it was Sesko who scored 13 goals in the Bundesliga. Doesn't make any sense to me. But this is what we got to deal with. You know? But when people are saying Sesko's not good enough, Sesko is being set up to fail under this system. Just like Xerxes is, just like many other players will be. They're being set up to fail because this system is not getting the best of out of the players. It's not. He's playing players in the wrong positions. You know, where should we start? Ahmad's playing in as a wing back mainly, wrong position. Cunha, he's playing as a 9, he's a 10. Mbuemo's a wide forward, he's playing him as a 10. Bruno is a midfielder in a 3. He's playing him in the 2, even though he shouldn't be here anyway. Kobe don't get game time. Xerxes don't get game time. He's in love with Mason Mount and Dallo. They keep playing. Aiden Heaven, yeah, who was playing when Luke Shaw was out injured, doesn't even get a look in no more. Luke Shaw's come back. Obviously, he's a high earner. He gets game time now. Harry Maguire, you know, he brings him back in. You know, to think that we've got Lenny Yoro, yeah, who could have gone to Real Madrid, you know, and Man United pulled off a massive coup, really, in getting Yoro to come to the club. He's now having to settle for a bench role because his manager wants to play Harry Maguire. Where is the forward planning? This manager is just playing from game to game, as he said, and he's in survival mode. He's in survival mode. That's all he's doing. Survival mode. How can you build anything when you've got a manager that is in survival mode? I would like to know that. Crazy, man. Crazy. Guys, come on, smash the like button. There's 35 of you watching, 17 likes. Smash the like button and sub to the channel if you're enjoying the content. Big up. Crazy, man. Crazy. So Bayern Munich finally didn't win a game. Kane had to score. Listen, Harry Kane's inevitable, man. Harry Kane's inevitable. Like, I think Harry Kane, man, if he could go and break Lewandowski's record this week, this season, he's inevitable, man. You know, as I said with Harry Kane, the only thing I'm focused on with Harry Kane is when they play Champions League later stages against the top teams, can he be the one to get them over the line? And obviously when the World Cup comes up. Because when it comes to goals for Harry Kane and his quality, he can't be like you can't chat rubbish about Harry Kane, man. He's a consistent goal scorer and his quality is there for all to see. It's the big games where he has to be stand up to be counted. That's it. Yeah, big up, man. Hi, bro. How you doing? I'm all good, man. Well, I say I'm all good. The only thing that's giving me positive spirits tonight, man, is the fact that Arsenal dropped points. Because I've been hearing too many Arsenal fans just getting way too carried away. I want to see if Wacker's in the chat as well, because Wacker's all good coming on when Arsenal win. But when they drop points, he's nowhere to be seen, man. So let's see if Wacker's in the chat. I'll get down to some of your chats in a minute. Let's see. I'm sitting there for this manager. Sack this Dossa ASAP. Ahmad was playing well in the advanced role, and then he relegated him to wing back. Exactly what I said earlier. Exactly what I said. The problem with this manager, yeah, he loves his formation and his philosophy so much. He's doing it to the disrespect of the team. If Ahmad's playing well at the 10, yeah, which he is a 10 by the way, why do you play him back at wing back? Why do you need to go and do that? I would much prefer him to go and go and put a Mason Mount there if it meant you want to stick to that philosophy. But when you go and put Ahmad there, who Ahmad was having a good game, you're sabotaging the team because of your own beliefs. It's nonsense. He thinks he's bigger than Manchester United, this Ruben Amorim guy. That is the problem. He thinks he's bigger than the club. Because I just don't understand why you'd go and do that. Makes no sense. The guy is not even a wing back anyway, but yet you think it's a good idea to go and put him back at wing back. Why? Nonsense, man. How is Xerxes not coming on? Because this man is an absolute clown. That's why. He's a clown. He's a clown. Like, nothing else can make me think that he's not a clown. Why he wouldn't put... Why Xerxes hasn't come on in 2 games, yeah, is actually laughable. It's laughable. And the thing is, Xerxes... Do you know what it is about Xerxes, yeah? Xerxes is too nice. He's too nice. Because Xerxes not kicking up a fuss. You know, he comes on the pitch at the end of the game, he's clapping the fans, he's smiling. You know? If I'm in Xerxes' shoes, yeah, I'm letting Amorim know what for. I'm telling you this now. I'm letting Amorim know what are you playing at. I'll let the cameras see. Fuck it. Who cares? Because you can't be disrespecting a player like that. Why is he getting no minutes when he's a top player? Why? Why is he getting no minutes? Why? Tell me why. He's getting no minutes whatsoever in 2 games. Don't make no sense, man. He's doing this on purpose. So big up to Xerxes, because Xerxes is a better man than me. Because I'll tell you this now, if I'm in Xerxes' shoes and I haven't got minutes in 2 games and the team's been that poor, I'm having words with Amorim. I'm telling you that now. I'm having words. You gonna play me or not? What's going on? Madness, man. Absolute madness. Yeah, this whole sell Bruno in January, I'm not interested in it no more. I'm bored of the Bruno Fernandes. I'm bored of it. I'm bored. I predicted this was gonna happen. Yeah, big up, my guy, man. Long time, man. Crawl Eagle, big up. So 1 year in plus 200 million spent with 1 game a week. We're improving. These mutants are tapped. Bro, they're all tapped, man. They are. They are tapped. You have to be tapped to be backing this manager. I don't care what anyone says. If you're backing this manager, you are tapped. No one can tell me otherwise, because this doesn't make any sense to me. Doesn't make any sense to me. To think that Eric Ten Hag is better than Ruben Amorim, that should tell you a lot. That should tell you a lot. You know, and you got fans backing this. There's nothing to back. You know, there was a fan that come on the other week, yeah, tried telling me it's not the manager, it's the players. It's the players. The same players that are bailing him out week in, week out. You can't tell me. There's not one thing this manager is doing that you can say that has got Ruben Amorim's imprint on it. There's not one thing. There's not one thing he's doing that I can say, do you know what? That's Amorim. He's getting through these games because it's better quality. That's it. That is it. Why is he here? Was Mbeumo a bargain for 60 million? Of course it was. All you got to look at is the numbers that are flying around right now. Look at Anthony Elanga. He got bought for 55 million. The guy can't even get a start. You know what I mean? Gyökeres cost how much? 60 odd million. He's shit. So, of course it was. Sesko is a complete flop. Nah, you're talking nonsense, man. A complete flop? No way. No way is he a complete flop. Again, he hasn't been great. You know, he's been, well, I say great. He's been decent. But to say he's a flop, I think that's just going a bit too far, man. Some clown called Sibbo1. Oh, just shut up. You on here just arguing for no reason. There are improvements. You're just another toxic fan. Yeah, Sibbo, at least tell us what the improvements are before coming on there talking nonsense. You know what I mean? I love it when people do this. They come on there saying you're a toxic fan. There are improvements. Tell us the improvements rather than just talking nonsense. Please do. Please tell us the improvements. You know what I mean? This is part of the problem. There's no standards in this fan base. There's no standards in this fan base. There's improvements. You know what I mean? This is all you get from these people. But yet, he won't come and tell us what the improvements are. Joke, man. I didn't see the Sunderland Arsenal game. But the fact that Sunderland picked up a point just shows you, man, this league's going to be up and down for a lot of teams. So you call the former players crap, then complain about the manager. Who are the former players I've called crap? Name them. Name them. Bet this chap's an Arsenal fan, a Man United man. And I'm guessing you're a Liverpool fan, Glenn Carragher. I'm guessing you're a Liverpool fan. I'm guessing you're a Liverpool fan, yeah? How's he the problem when he throws out the 2 players you're talking about? What does that mean? What does that have to do with anything? What does that mean? Like, he didn't want to play Garnacho or Højlund. He played Højlund for 20-odd games, you clown. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? He played Højlund for 20-odd games. What about he didn't want to play Højlund? It took him 20 games to drop him. What are you talking about? Please, man. Let's put some brain cells together, man, before coming on there talking nonsense. He played Højlund for 20-odd games. About he didn't want to play Højlund. He had no choice but to drop Højlund because he played him for 26 games or whatever games it was. What are you talking about? Keep Ahmad, Mbuemo, Cunha, Mainu, Yoro, De Ligt, Casemiro, Masvidal. Bro, listen, they're the exact players that I will keep. You know, add in the likes of Dorgu and Heaven as well. They're the exact players that I will keep. Every single one of them players. You know? And put Sesko in there as well. You can't skip steps to get back to where you want to be. Listen, that's just words, man. Stop just putting words in there and explain what you're talking about, because it's just words. It's just words, man. Come on. Do better than that. Big up to Daniela. Gav, I tried the red wine and Coke. Oh my God, it was nice. Listen, when do I lie? When do I lie? Just tell me, when do I lie, man? Whenever I say something, you know, I don't just talk for the sake of it, man. But nah, big up Daniela, man. Big up. 1 month member, big up. Big up to Sham as well. Big up. Do you think Sesko was the wrong signing? No, I don't think he was the wrong signing. Put it this way. The fact that Højlund's gone and Sesko has come in, it's a great signing. That's all I would say, yeah? But in terms of, was Sesko the number one signing that I think United should have made? No, he wasn't. But there's no point complaining. He's here now. And he has shown bits of quality that I do like and movement. So I'm not going to be like Sesko wasn't a good signing. For me, Joshua Zirkzee should be playing. He should be playing ahead of Sesko for me. That's the more pressing issue that I have with this team. But yeah, Sesko wasn't the wrong signing for me. He wasn't. Where are you at, Gav? Well, I'm not home. That's what I will tell you. Now, I'm just out at the moment, man. So I wasn't even going to do a stream. I'll be honest with you, yeah? When I watched that game today, I needed 5 minutes break. I needed a 10-minute break, man, because I was going mad. I just couldn't believe this manager gave the game away like that. You know, even when De Ligt scored, I wasn't even happy with that. I wasn't even happy because it never should have got to that in the first place. So I wasn't even going to do a stream tonight because I was just pissed off. But I thought, do you know what? Let me just come on and do a stream, give you guys some content. But I wasn't even going to come live today. I couldn't believe the manager made those substitutions. And then what made it even funnier is that Sesko, obviously it's not funny Sesko getting injured, but the fact that Sesko got injured, it served Amorim right. Because the guy was like a kid in a sweet shop, using up all his subs, and then now someone gets injured, you got nothing left. Like, idiotic. That is what you call inexperienced management. Inexperienced. You don't make all them subs. He brought Dallo on for no reason. I'm not even going to believe that Dorgu was injured. Unless I see someone come out and say Dorgu was definitely injured, I'm not believing that. Because that made no sense bringing on Dallo. Made no sense. He couldn't wait to bring Dallo on. Mason Mount. Why is Mount coming on? I mean, Mount done a good bit of skill, to be fair, to set Sesko through, where ironically he got the injury. But you mean to tell me Zirkzee can't come on the pitch? Yeah, madness. So why doesn't Ineos and our hierarchy get rid of this manager? But that's the $1 million question, man. Why he's still here? You know, the only thing that we can come to conclusion is that they probably want to save face. That's the only thing I can think. Because I can't tell you what they're seeing in this manager to persevere with. I can't see it. I can't see what they're persevering with. You know, I'd like someone to tell me, because I'm just looking at a manager that is in survival mode. Survival mode. We're not going to play good football. We're not. He doesn't play the players to play good football. So if there's any fan that thinks eventually we're going to play good football, forget about it. We're not going to play good football. There's going to be spells in the game where United might put a few things together, but consistently we're not playing good football because he's not playing the players to enable you to play good football. The fact that he keeps Bruno Fernandes on for the whole game and he was that poor tells you all you need to know. It's embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing. So I can't answer why Ineos keep him there. I can't actually answer that. The only thing that I can come to the conclusion is that, you know, they're either biding their time to get someone else in, or they're clueless. That's the only thing I can think of, because this is unacceptable. It's unacceptable to see why this manager's still here. Yo, bro, I'm new here. Big up, man. Listen, if you're new here, man, keep interacting and make sure you sub to the channel, man. Make sure you sub to the channel. Again, I'm not going to hold back, man. This channel's not for this, not for that. I'm just going to say what I've got to say, regardless if people like it or not, man, because I've been involved in football for too long, seen too much football to accept that this is Manchester United. I'm not going to accept that, you know. I've come to a point, yeah, with Manchester United, yeah, and I never thought I'd do this, yeah. I don't even know if I want United to win. I want United to win games, yeah, but I'm actually conflicted watching United because I just know this manager is not the manager for this club. And again, let's put Ineos to the side. Let's put the recruitment, you know, the Glazers, put all that to the side, yeah. I can only look at from a playing side of it, yeah. And when I look at the players he plays and the players that don't play, and the way he sets up this team, I just can't believe in it. Like, I'm lying to myself. So I can only react off what I'm seeing. And I'm watching Man United now, and it's one of them things where I never thought I'd be in this position, yeah. I don't even know if I want United to win. Because if they win, it means this manager keeps getting away with it. Like, it doesn't make sense. Whenever I've watched Manchester United, it's like, it's my team. I want them to win. I can't get that same feeling under this manager. Because when I'm seeing what he's doing, it makes no sense what he's doing. And then you get people coming in and they're defending this nonsense. Like, yeah, it's a joke, man. It's a joke. Bro, stop blaming coach Ruben Amorim. Blame yourself. Well, you've got that wrong straight away. He's not a coach. He's not a coach. The role of a coach is to improve players. Tell me what players improved. So you've got that wrong straight away, Naeem. There you go. There's your shout out, man. Don't come on there talk nonsense. Bro, what's the topic? Manchester United joined with Tottenham today. Ruben Amorim. So what other striker did he have available, clown? The only clown is you, yeah, James K. You're the real clown. Joshua Zirkzee. And you're probably going to come on there and say Zirkzee's not a striker because you don't understand football. You're clueless. This is the kind of people that we've got in the fan base. They don't understand football. He had the cheek to come on there and say, what other strikers? Joshua Zirkzee is a striker. Whether you like it or not, whether you like Zirkzee as that type of striker, Zirkzee is a striker. Understand the game. Yeah? So you're coming on there calling people clowns, not even understanding that we've got a striker on the bench that he's not playing. What are you talking about? So I've been so disappointed in Sesko. He's so clumsy and he's always falling on the ball. No, I disagree, man. I disagree. He's not clumsy. He's not. Rasmus Højlund was clumsy. He was on the floor a lot of the time. So yeah, I'm not gonna have that about Sesko. Sesko hasn't been great. He's been decent. But to start saying that he's always falling on the ball and he's clumsy, nah, he's not, man. That's incorrect. That is incorrect. I think you're thinking Rasmus Højlund. That Rasmus Højlund is what you call clumsy. Oh, Wacker's back on, yeah? Naeem, get out of the chat, man. You're talking nonsense. Get out of the chat, man. We don't need people like you on there talking nonsense. Arsenal's draw must have made you feel a bit happier. Boy, I'm ecstatic. I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't gonna lie, I'm ecstatic. Because my mood got a bit better, man, after seeing that. I'll be honest. Gav, put red wine through a through a bit of water filter first. Completely upgrades it, makes it even smoother. Bro, I would do that, but I don't drink no more, man. So I haven't drank for 2 months, man. I got my boxing fight coming up as well. So yeah, listen, none of that, man. None of that. But big up. Yeah, I heard that. 5 meetings with Spurs since last season, no wins. That's Ruben Amorim for you, man. Ruben Amorim, yeah? Joke. Amorim is taking us backwards. He is. Definitely is. Yeah, listen. If I'm Kobe Minu, as I said, him and Xerxes have to go in and talk to Ineos in this international break. You know, by all accounts, both of them are not in the squads for the national team. I don't think Xerxes got called up. If I'm them and their agents, they have to be talking to the club. It's unacceptable what's going on here. The thing is, yeah, if the team were playing well, I'll be like, do you know what? For me, they should be playing, but they can't really complain because the team are playing well. The team are playing shit, and they're still not getting game time. Like, you can't tell me that this manager has a personal issue with both of them players. It's obvious, man. It's obvious. So, do you think Chelsea will finish above United? Yes. Yeah, they will. Not because they're better than Man United. Because I look at Chelsea's team, and if you take out Reece James, Cucurella, Wesley Fofana when he's fit, Caicedo, Cole Palmer, take out them players, they're an average team for me. But under this manager, we're even worse. So I don't take any satisfaction saying that, you know, that Chelsea and Man United are on the same level. Because Man United, for me, should be above Chelsea with the amount of money that we've spent as well. But under this manager, when we're not touching Chelsea. What go and have a watch that game against Chelsea at Old Trafford was one of the worst games I've seen. Horrible conditions, horrible quality. Yeah. That game was won because Robert Sanchez decided to make a calamity of a mistake. But you can clearly see when the game went down to 10 men, Chelsea were the better team. And the only reason Chelsea didn't win that game or come back into the game is because there was an uphill task for them already because they were already behind. If it was a 0-0 game and both teams were at the same had the same amount of players on the pitch, United wouldn't have won that game. So it's this manager. Guys, we got 24 likes. Let's smash the like button. There's 33 of you. Don't forget to smash the like button. Helps channel to reach more people. As I said, this is a no holds barred channel, man. We just say what we gotta say, man. And I don't care if people don't agree with it. It's what it's about. If you don't agree with my opinion, then by all means have your opinion, as long as you keep it respectful. But this manager for me, I don't want to talk about this manager because I'm well and truly fed up of this manager. I'm fed up of how this club this is just deciding to keep this manager for what reason. He's definitely in survival mode. There's certain players that are still here. Like, I just can't believe it. But when I see games like today, you know, unacceptable, man. Unacceptable. Man United were in, I wouldn't say cruise control, but Tottenham were that poor in attack, they were never going to get through. To think that they were winning 2-1, and it's taken a Matthijs De Ligt last-minute header to save the game, it just tells you all you need to know. Crazy, man. Amorim in or out? You know what it is? I don't like these Amorim in or out. I find it very childish for me personally, yeah? The bigger picture is, has he done enough to keep his job? That should be the main question. And the answer is emphatically no. He hasn't. What has he done? I'll put you like this, yeah? What has he done that's been better than Eric Ten Hag, who was poor? What has he done that's been better? That's the question. What has he done that's been better than Eric Ten Hag? Crazy, man. Yeah, big game tomorrow, man. Liverpool City. I think City win that one, you know. I think City win. I think the fact that, yeah, big up, man. Big up, my guy, for coming through. Big up. I think City win. I'm going to say City win 2-1. I think Erling Haaland's going to score. I mean, him and Van Dijk, that battle tomorrow. Well, again, Van Dijk and Konate up against Haaland, you know. I want to see how Pep sets up, because I wonder if he plays Cherky and Phil Foden together. I wonder if he does that, if he's brave enough to go and do that. But it's a massive game, and if City win, they're gonna cut the lead to Arsenal to 4 points, and all of a sudden, you know, Arsenal under pressure. But it's 11 games in. If Liverpool win, I think the best result for Arsenal is a draw. But if either team win, they're gonna cut the lead, because if Liverpool win, 5 points. If Man City win, 4 points, and then both them teams have got to play Arsenal. So yeah, listen, man, it's gonna be interesting. Oh, here we go. If they win, they are going to be unstoppable. Now, listen, I don't want to hear that chat now, Wacker. You weren't saying that a week ago. I don't want to be hearing that now, man. I don't want to be hearing that. You guys, you were telling me that Arsenal are winning quadruple. You've now got to stick to your guns, man. Like, come on, we can't be doing that. Can't be doing that. Can't be doing that, man. Stick to your opinion. If you think Arsenal winning quadruple, you're wrong, but stick to that opinion. Stick to that opinion. Madness, man. Madness. I know he's young, but Euro needs to improve. Sesko also should have scored today. Listen, I've got no worries about Lenny Yoro. What I would say about Lenny Yoro, yeah, and I don't think there's many people that are probably picking up on this, yeah. And again, I could be wrong, but it wouldn't surprise me, yeah, if Lenny Yoro is a bit disillusioned with life at Man United right now. It wouldn't surprise me. All you have to look at, yeah, you've got a defender there that, what is he now, Lenny Yoro? I think he might be, what, 20 now? You've got a defender there that, for me, is a generational defender. You know, Man United managed to sneak him away from Real Madrid. And then you look at it now under Ruben Amorim, I'm looking at Lenny Yoro as being like one of the mainstays in the defence. Because when you're going to go and sign a player under the noses of Real Madrid, yeah, you're thinking, right, this is a player that we're going to build our future on, let's say. Yeah. To think now that Lenny Yoro has gone from, you know, highly rated like world prospects, to now, is he going to start in certain games because this manager might play Harry Maguire? Like, this whole thing is an absolute joke. An absolute joke. So I wouldn't even blame Lenny Yoro if he's a bit disillusioned with life at Man United. I wouldn't blame him. Because if I'm Lenny Yoro, I'm thinking, wait a minute. I could have gone to Real Madrid and starting games. But now I'm having to be benched for Harry Maguire. Why? Ridiculous, man. So, my G, don't you think the team doing way better now? No. What evidence have you got to see the team are doing better? Please, let me know. Because all what's happened, if we're being honest, is that you've got rid of two shit players in Garnacho and Højlund and brought in Cunha and Embuemo, which means that you're going to score more goals and there's better quality. But tell me what's improved. Tell me what players improved. There ain't been nothing, man. I think we're lying. We're just lying to ourselves. Nothing's improved. Euro was never going to start Madrid. I love you fine that he was. Because I'll tell you why he was going to start, yeah? Look at Real Madrid's centre-back options. Rudiger, Eder Militao, Raul Asensio, Dean Howson. So when Euro would come to Man United, Dean Howson wasn't there for a start. Raul Asensio's come through the youth and Euro's better than him. Militao was injured. So he was going to start. So I'm not quite sure where you're getting that he wasn't going to start from. He was definitely going to start. Like, I just told you why. The only player that would have started ahead of him is Rudiger. Because, as I said, Alaba was injured. Militao was injured. He's better than Asensio. And Dean Howson wasn't there yet. So he was going to start. Nah, listen, Casemiro's not improved a bit, man. Casemiro was always at the level. It's just that he was made a scapegoat because of the money he's on. That's it. That is all it is. He's a scapegoat for a lot of these fans because of the money he's on and the fact that they've had it in their head that he can't move. Just go and watch Casemiro's career. He has never played in a midfield 2 where it's been a man-for-man press. He's never done that. So why this manager thinks a good idea as he's getting older to go and use Casemiro like that is madness. But as you can see now, Casemiro's been our best midfielder. He has. But yet he has to come off and Bruno Fernandes stays on the pitch. Ridiculous. Ridiculous, man. Yeah, listen, man. Like, Casemiro's not a problem. It's just the wage. And I agree. Like, he's on what, 350, and he's what? He's well into his 30s. Like, I agree. Like, you know, it is a lot of money, but he definitely has a role at this team for me. I would keep him next season, 100%. If he could lower his wage, I'll keep him for his experience. Ahmad has improved. How he's not rushing players from injury. De Ligt has been great, etc. Again, that's just clutching at straws. Ahmad hasn't improved. Ahmad was always going to be good. And again, he's playing Ahmad at wingback. Ahmad's not a wingback, he's a 10. So when you're saying Ahmad is improved, Ahmad was always going to be a top player. They called him the Ivorian Messi at Atlanta for a reason. Sunderland fans were saying he's their best ever player that they've had. So Ahmad was always going to be a top player, and he is a top player. So he hasn't improved. Ahmad has got better in spite of the manager. The manager has done nothing for Ahmad to be better. He hasn't. I'd argue that with anyone. You know, rushing players back from injury. What about on the pitch? What are we talking about on the pitch, though, no? Are we trying to ignore the pitch? De Ligt has been great, but again, why is that down to Amorim? All he's doing is picking him. Like, it's crazy, man. He ain't improved no one, man. Let's just be honest. He's improved no one. The only thing he's improved is his stay at the club. That's all he's done. So Ahmad can play anywhere on the pitch. But again, Ahmad is not a jack of all trades. He's not. And when you're saying Ahmad can play anywhere on the pitch, you would say that's testament to Ahmad. But Ahmad's a 10. Just go and play him in the 10. Play him in a 4-2-3-1 as a 10. He shouldn't be someone that is a utility man. I've never heard one of your best players be a utility man. It's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense, man. Just because you can play anywhere on the pitch, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a good thing. It's not. And I feel sorry for Ahmad. 1 minute he's playing wing back, the next he's at 10, then he's at wing back. Why the manager's playing him at wing back in the first place is the problem. It's a massive problem. So the only problem Man U is having is that we don't have upgrade from the bench. Our bench is always letting us down, hun. Poor. I disagree because if you look at our bench, yeah, sometimes the bench is stronger than the first 11, you know, because if you're thinking that there was a point, yeah, at the season, there was a point so far this season that he had Cunha, Xerxes, and Kobe Minu all on the bench. Yeah, and Patrick Dorgu all on the bench. Those four should be starting for me. So yeah, I don't agree. I don't agree. It's the way the manager is choosing to set this team up. When the manager is choosing to play with runners in the team, that will tell you all you need to know on what's going to happen in the game. He is not interested in playing good football. He's not. Because all the good footballers don't play. The only reason Ahmad plays, even though Ahmad's got a lot of quality, is because Ahmad can run. That's the only reason. If Ahmad couldn't run, Ahmad wouldn't play. You know what I mean? So people need to understand that. If Ahmad couldn't run, he wouldn't play. This manager will play someone else there. It's very clear what this manager's on. It's down to Amorim because De Ligt is now pressing into the middle of the pitch. Bruno has more discipline now. Ahmad is a better presser now. Euro has learned to play right centre-back now. Right, so let's break this down, yeah, because you know what it is? I'm all for people having opinions, yeah, but the problem that I'm seeing here is it's just words. So let's break this down. So it's down to Amorim because De Ligt is now pressing into the middle. Right, so De Ligt's pressing into the middle, like what's that got to do with how the team are performing? Is De Ligt pressing meaning that the team are playing better? No. Bruno has more discipline now? No. I don't agree with that. If Bruno had more discipline, yeah, he wouldn't stop hitting his Hollywood passes. All you have to look at, yeah, is who is on the pitch as to why Bruno won't play the long ball. Because if Patrick Dorgu plays, if Brian Mbeumo plays, he plays the long ball because they're willing runners. If both of them don't play, Bruno's game is nullified because he's not good in tight possession. So when you're saying he's disciplined, nah, he's got no choice but to be slightly more disciplined. There's no choice. But in terms of his discipline with the ball, he's still doing the same old nonsense. Ahmad is a better presser now, so we're talking about running. How about we talk about the technical side of the game? Euro has learned to play right centre back now. Euro has always been a right centre back. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Euro has always been a right side centre back. I think you meant to say he's playing in a three at the back on the right side. That's still right centre back. So if you're playing a 4 or playing a 3, that is still right centre back. It is. So I don't know what you mean about he's learned to play right centre back. I don't know what you mean by that. What, Chelsea won 2-0, yeah? So why do we keep on conceding goals whenever Casemiro was sub? I think you mean whenever Casemiro comes off. We concede goals, yeah, because this manager wants to play Ugarte. And Ugarte doesn't... It's about knowing phases of games, yeah? When Man United are playing Tottenham today, they're ahead. If Casemiro can't play more than 60 minutes, yeah, there's a problem there. But the thing is, when you're playing, when you're 1-0 up, yeah, you need to be keeping the ball. So if you're gonna go and bring on Ugarte, why do you think that you're gonna keep the ball? Because everyone knows his strengths are winning the ball back. But in that phase of the game, Man United need to try and contain the game and control the game, which is why you will need to bring on someone that can keep the ball, or better yet, just keep Casemiro on. I'm not of the opinion that Casemiro was tired. I'm not believing it. It's one game a week. There's no way Casemiro's tired for me. No way. So I'm just not hearing that. I'm not hearing that. So we keep conceding goals because Casemiro is fundamental in that midfield. He is. He's fundamental. So there are a lot of on-pitch upgrades. It's just a negativity which you spew. Clouds over all the positives. And yet you haven't told me what the positives are. You told me about pressing. If you're just here to tell me about pressing, like, it's poor. You know what I mean? Do better. That's what I would say to you. Ahmad only plays wing back because Amorim's having no one else to play there. That isn't true. That's not true. He plays Ahmad wing back because look at when he had Sporting. He's trying to use Ahmad as his Giovanni Quenda. Quenda's 5'4", left-footed and black, and he can run. Ahmad's the same thing. That is why he's playing Ahmad there, because he's looking at Ahmad as his Giovanni Quenda. The problem is, you don't play your best players at wing back. Like, if you've played football at any level, wing back is an unforgiving role. You don't play your best players at wing back. It's that simple. That simple. That is like playing Lamine Yamal at wing back. That is like playing Cole Palmer at wing back. You just don't do that. Like, these things are not rocket science. He is playing Ahmad at wing back because Ahmad has an engine. If Ahmad didn't have an engine, he is not playing wing back. Like, it's that simple. It's that simple. Whenever your guy enters the field, we keep on conceding because he's shit and he can't keep the ball. And when you've got midfielders that can't keep the ball, you're going to continuously concede goals. It's that simple, man. It's that simple. I'm a Liverpool fan, but Fernandes in a 2 with Casemiro is crazy. It's neglect. That's what it is. It's neglect. It means you're giving up the midfield. All he's doing, yeah, is that he's in love with Bruno Fernandes and is shoehorning Bruno into the team. That is all he's doing. The reality is, Bruno should have been sold. But he kept Bruno to play him in a 2 in midfield. And you mean to tell me that Kobe Minu can't even get game time for this? Even Sekou Kone, he can't get in the squad to get game time for this nonsense. Ridiculous, man. I spoke about Sesko already. I think he's decent, yeah. So, Euro played at left centre-back at Lille, and the same for France under 20. Stop the cap. Bro, centre-back is centre-back. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Lenny Euro is right-footed, so I should think he should play right centre-back more easier. What are you talking about? You're just clutching at straws. Left centre-back, right centre-back. What's the point? What point are you making to this? You're telling me that he's taught Lenny Euro how to play right centre-back. He's right-footed. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? It doesn't matter if he played left centre-back at Lille. He's right-footed. That's like saying Harry Maguire played left centre-back for England. Does that mean Harry Maguire can't play right centre-back for England? What are you talking about, man? Stop clutching at straws, man, and come in the chat with something decent. I ain't got time for this, man. Euro is not ready. Nah, come on, man. Let's not do that. Wasn't Quenda at left wing back and Porro at right wing back? Nope. Incorrect. Pedro Porro wasn't at Sporting Lisbon with Quenda. Quenda played right wing back for Sporting Lisbon under Amorim. Go and have a watch. When you come in there, man, make sure you come correct, because I hate when people come in there and try to take over the chat by trying to come out with stuff. Quenda played right wing back at Sporting Lisbon with Amorim. Porro wasn't there under Amorim. Porro was at Tottenham. So Quenda played right wing back, and left wing back was a guy called Araujo, I believe, or something like that. He's using Ahmad as his Quenda. Like, I don't know if people can't see that. It's very obvious. Why do you think Quenda didn't want to come to Man United? Because Quenda don't want to play wing back. He's not a wing back, he's a winger. Ahmad's a 10 and he's playing wing back. Don't make sense. Is your issue that the system is not working, or the way the managers picks players is not effective? Both. Both. The system doesn't get the best out of the best players, and the players he picks in the wrong positions. That is the massive issue. These players are better in a 4-2-3-1. And then you hear fans say, but they got Amorim's, they got Ten Hag sacked in a 4-2-3-1. Like, all this nonsense you hear. So what? Because they supposedly got Ten Hag sacked in a 4-2-3-1, what, we can never use 4-2-3-1 again? Like, this is the kind of rubbish I'm hearing. And again, these players didn't get Ten Hag sacked. There's only a handful of players that are here under Ten Hag. So again, these people are just lying. You know what I mean? There's a handful of players that have been there for multiple managers as well. So when people start saying we can't play a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3 because it got Ten Hag the sack, they're just making excuses for the manager. Like, I've never heard such rubbish. So we can never play a formation because apparently it got a manager sacked. Yeah, nonsense. Nonsense. For that, Bruno's not a 10. Again, Bruno's not a 10. He never has been a 10. He's never been a 10. Bruno's a number 8 in a 4-3-3. You know, he can play as a 10, but he's not a 10. There's a difference. People think he's a 10 because Solskjaer played him there. He never has been a 10. This is what I'm trying to say to you. People just getting people's positions mixed up or getting it wrong. You can see Bruno's not a 10. He never has been a 10. He's a number 8 in a 4-3-3. 1-0 Liverpool, yeah? Okay, Sham. I'm going to say 2-1 City. VVD has never played right centre-back, bro. Right, let me make you understand where I'm coming from, yeah? I don't care if Van Dijk hasn't played right centre-back or left centre-back or wherever. The very fact, yeah, that Van Dijk is right-footed, the transition from playing left centre-back to right centre-back isn't going to be difficult. Why is that? Because you're naturally on your favoured side of foot. If Lenny Yoro was left-footed and played right centre-back, I would understand that more because he's left-footed. The fact that Van Dijk has played left centre-back, which I am aware of, if he was to play right centre-back, it wouldn't make too much difference because he's right-footed and you're naturally on that side. If you're telling me that Amorim has improved Yoro because he can play right centre-back now, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. If that is the support that you're giving to me for Ruben Amorim, to say that Yoro can play right centre-back, that's embarrassing. He's right-footed. I should hope he can play right side centre-back. What are we doing here? Hey, Gav, who is your favourite player in the team? Ahmad and Xerxes. Well, the thing is, I like Ahmad, I like Xerxes, Cunha. Them three mainly. Yeah, them three mainly. Yoro, De Ligt. De Ligt for me, as I said to you guys already, he's the best defender in the world right now. I'd argue that of anyone. I've been saying that. He's the best centre-back in the world right now. MU stands for Mediocre United, isn't it, bro? Boy, listen, I can't even defend that right now. I can't even defend that. Yeah, Cunha is a top player. He is, but for me, it's Ahmad. I don't think people realize how good Ahmad is. Ahmad is doing what he's doing in spite of the manager. You know, in spite of the manager, Ahmad's one of the best players in this league. You know, Ahmad can be as good as Yamal and Michael Elise. He can be if you're playing him from the right hand side in a 4-2-3-1. As a 10, he can be as good as anything out there. But he's having to do most of his work going the other way. Yeah, it's crazy. But guys, listen up. Big up yourselves each and every time, man. We got 37 of you watching, 26 likes. Great stream. You know, had to vent. Here we go in November. Yeah, trust. Yeah, listen, man. Crazy. But guys, big up yourselves. As I said, make sure you smash the like button and make sure you sub to the channel as well. We got 29 of you at the moment, 26 likes. So yeah, if you haven't smashed the like button, make sure you do so on the way out. And again, make sure you sub to the channel, guys, if you're new in here. And check out all my other content as well, man. As I said, the one bit of positivity that I can see for tonight, and I'm going to enjoy watching Match of the Day, is the fact that Sunderland, well done, man, pick up a point. That's the one bit of positive I can see tonight. But yeah, listen, this result today, man, has pissed me off. I ain't gonna lie, man. I just can't believe at one point United were 2-1 down. Like, and it's like Tottenham weren't even that good. And the funny thing is, yeah, it just shows you, yeah, how poor this league is, really. Yeah. To think that Tottenham are second or third, I think they might be. They might have gone down after today's results, I'm not too sure. But to think that, and their attack is poor, it just shows you, man, that this league is overrated. You know, in terms of excitement and competitiveness, it's up there. But in terms of quality, it is poor. Poor league in terms of quality. Yeah, big up my guy, Fitz. Are you free on Monday? Are you free on Monday? I'm gonna get you on a stream, man. With myself and Jonas. Jonas is a Liverpool fan. So yeah, if you're free, man, then jump onto the stream if you can. We're gonna discuss obviously some more Man United, and we're gonna discuss the fallout of the Man City Liverpool game on Monday at 5:30. So yeah, guys, make sure you guys come through as well. Obviously myself and Jonas for our usual regular stream. Obviously last week Liverpool got the win. Let's see if Jonas can remain in good spirits. Let's see if he can remain in good spirits. But I've got a feeling Man City win tomorrow, man. I've got a feeling. What's 4:30 UK? That is that the Man City Liverpool game. Yeah. Yeah, Fitz, man, don't worry, bro. I'll holler you after the stream anyway, or tomorrow. I'll holler you for the link, man. Don't worry. But yeah, guys, we're gonna wrap it up anyway. So yeah, big up yourselves for coming on. And as I said, I should be back maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure, but if not tomorrow, then definitely Monday. So yeah, big up to Sean, man. Big up. So yeah, if I'm not back tomorrow, definitely Monday. Monday should be usual 12:30. And then be on with Jonas. Obviously, Jonas is a Liverpool fan at 5:30. And obviously, Fitz is going to come through as well. And we're going to get into some more talk, man. Because international break. And I'll tell you now, I'm fed up still, man, after this Man United result. But at least we can just relax a bit, man, from this club football. Even though it's frustrating. But yeah, that today was an absolute joke, man. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But guys, big up yourselves. Smash the like button on the way out. Sub to the channel. Share the channel. And yeah, I should catch you guys either tomorrow or Monday. Take it easy. Big up.